John here. Today it's Saturday, the 11th of February 2017. I'm just doing this little clip after spending some time with Dion Walker, or Paiko, Dion Paiko is his real name, and we're putting together some clips, video clips to make up the Whakameninga 1834 native grand jury court in Tii Marae. On 6th of February 2017 we performed a opening ceremony and raising of the flag here up on the mast on the Tii Marae grounds, where the ancestors' Whenua or memorials are placed in the paddock, and with that we transferred the Okiato Native Land Court in Kororareka and Russell over the way from there, and to bring the court closer to the flag, where the flag is placed onto Tii Marae and Waitangi Marae, British ship of Admiralty. So now we have claimed the British ship of Admiralty on the treaty grounds in the Waitangi Marae, King's Bench Native Court, on the 15th of April 2016. We opened up the Waitangi Marae King's Bench Native Grand Jury Court with Kingi Taurua Chief and myself, Sheriff, and a congregation of Kaumatua and Kuya to mark that occasion. We legalised this flag as the flag of New Zealand, indigenous native country, and gone back 183 years to the 20th of March 2017. Next month would be exactly 183 years from the first British settlement in Kororareka or Russell in the 20th of March 1834. So that's the proclamation we made in the early hours of the morning, 5 a.m, in front of the live chiefs of Taurangatira and the Whenua, that's the Mana Whenua land, native land chiefs of years gone by, and the live chiefs that are claiming the land back to the chiefs from the King and Queen of England and Britain, UK and Spain. So I made a proclamation that certifies that the land returns, stolen lands returned back to the native chiefs of Aotea, New Zealand, on the 6th of February 2017, amended from the 15th of April 2016 in the Waitangi Marae. So I went through great lengths to put the story together with D-Hub is his stage name, entertainer, international entertainer, who is now our Moai television news producer or production manager to make further films around the world where we're going to be going. And I'm fortunate to have Jamie Anna Marie Patrick Stewart Ngatai, that's her full name, but her surname Patrick travel with me to push this flag right through the world and free the world, or save the world, from more disaster under the Queen Elizabeth monarchy reign. So in that proclamation we made, we put a writ of execution together to seize all lands back from the Queen's Bench Court around the world, in the Commonwealth countries and other countries of the world that have made agreements and contracts with her in private of Vice Admiral, now subject to the native Chief's Admiral title of King William III and King William IV. So I'm just going to ring King Itauro to tell him the good news of what we have done. I'm going up to Te Rerenga Wairua, up north of Auckland, right up the end of North Island. Te Hapu, the people there of Ngāti Kuri have invited me to go to a meeting there with Bundy Waitai, the head native grand jury court judge. Okay, and then we have Manahi Parapara Mohieni. He's the presiding judge that collates the claims of the chiefs in the judge in the district courts or in the local Marae committee of native court grand jury to bring the cases to the presiding judge, who will then make a ruling in favour of the chiefs to convert the Crown Corporation's land titles and occupation land titles of the Crown and also of the state and church, and convert the Land Information New South Wales titles New Zealand titles back into customary land deed titles where it came from in the first place. So that's what the presiding judge does. He legally changes the titles from the Queen's Bench Court into the King's Bench Court Salvage Department. Okay, so we're using our flag of authority now that we have established our native court to go right through the world with all the other indigenous countries of the world. So I just want to give this announcement to the Standing Rock native people and their chiefs. You have two people that are in contact with me now to follow in the first of the cases of the native court here in New Zealand as a precedent case right through the indigenous world. But yours is the first claim up, and from then on it would go through to Australia and Canada, Britain and America and Africa and India, East India, and the countries that the Crown corporations have gone and stolen land, as we put it, in the land returns. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to ring King Itauro, the chief. He's the signatory to all the documents I have put through to Westminster, and for the record that we will follow diligently through the process of the British government and Westminster, our partner, the British Royal Navy Chief, Sir Philip Jones. Take note of this video on the record that we are going to approach you with a pound note and a levy debt instruments and invoices to recover all the debt that we have listed in the inventory with ANEX Invoice Company. Okay, so it's going to be a massive task to do, but however we will write the pound note to you to commence recovery and salvage of all the debts owed. So here goes, King Itauro, if I can get it. Here goes. There's he. Answer mate. Okay, I'll try down a little in a minute. You'll probably see his phone and answer it. I'll ring this one.
Hi dear, sorry to miss your call.
No, not that one. No one works 24 hours a day these days, talking to myself. I just want to ring the other friend that's going up. Oh, I'll ring Bundy.
My name is Bundy Waitangi, kia ora. Just leave a message after the tone, then hang up or press the hash key.
Yeah, hi Bundy, it's John Wanoa here. I'm just making plans to go up to Kaitaia on Monday, and I'll be staying there for at least 3 days with the other administrators and go through all the documents that will be finished so that you can have a copy, and then we can meet. I don't know where. I'll be looking for a park or something to go and put my little tent up with the other two we're coming up with me, or three be coming up with me. That's Dion Walker. He's with his wife. He's the one that plays the ukulele with me, and he's my film man. Okay, and also Te Hika Mane. He'll be coming with me too from West Auckland, and then we'll stop in and pick up what's her name? Dot. We'll pick up Dot in Kaitaia. We'll be meeting somewhere at the library in Kaitaia. I don't know, I'm just making these up because I haven't got a place to go. But Dion has got some friends in Kaitaia, and I just needed your address so we can arrange to go up to Te Hapu together on Thursday. Okay, so give me a call and we'll just get this tied up. I'm going to make a mock-up court hearing in the presentation up at Te Hapu, so be prepared for that, and a full-on case. So if you have a case pending or a treaty claim or something like that, you can run that one across. I'll go through the process with you. Okay, somebody else got a claim there or a piece of land they want to get back, let's make that a model. Okay, and apart from that, the presentation will just roll out. There's a video out on YouTube now on my Facebook of the whole event with you in there, and the whole process.
Thanks. Your message is recorded. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. Or just hang up if you...
Right, that's him. Just letting Bundy know we did a video of the event on the 6th of February 2017. It's on record now that we have a valid or legitimate Moai Crown Whakameninga 1834 flag here, native court, Tii Marae native court, operating its business now as a full-blown court in the districts, the Maraes in the Hapu districts, and that will be tested now with I think a couple of others have gone ahead of me, but they're supposed to be inducted into this new system, or old system made new again, and if they do get in trouble, then we will certainly get them out of it. But they're supposed to be inducted into the rules and regulations of this because it's British. It's British court system, and our Justice of the Peace, or Native Court Judge Manahi Parapara Mohini, will be working with me in the Queen's Bench Crown Court, converting titles of land into the King's Bench Crown Court. Okay, so that's a process we are legally bound to the British Navy chief. That's our partner, our legal partner in the first and second party contract, private contract, and in Admiralty. So we're taking over the Admiralty in New Zealand on the flagship. In the treaty grounds, we've already been through that process. Now we've legalised the flag, pound note, and the acts of King William III, 1650 AD to 1703 AD, and then King William IV, 1830 to 1837. Those laws apply now. Those are the laws we are using only, and in a first and second party third party is the New Zealand government, Crown Corporation under Queen Elizabeth II. She's not there in Westminster Parliament. There's no Queen, there's no King in there. I'm standing in there as the surrogate King in Westminster at the present time until we get King Ernest Augustus the fifth sworn in through Plymouth County in the King William IV inheritance land area, and his boundary lines with to Devonport Naval Base. We'll be setting up beside his memorial native court, the same native court here in Tii Marae and Waitangi Marae. We'll be setting up this same British captain of the ship, Captain James Reddy Clendon and James Budley. We're setting up that same court in Plymouth court as a native court, British native court house, and we'll be swearing in King Ernest Augustus there as the King of Britain, UK, Hanover, and also Aotearoa, New Zealand, and Commonwealth countries of the world. 250 countries under this flag. Okay, so we've made that legal now in that native court with on the 6th of February 2017 at 5 o'clock in the morning, between 5 and 12 o'clock when the 21 gun salute went off for those documents. They got sealed before the 21 gun salute, and that's final. That is now law, the highest law in the world, on every indigenous country in the world affected by this Crown Corporation, Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth fraudulent land titles. Okay, all of that now is under the green pound note, 970 million trillion pound note levy debtor instrument against all the gold missing, 1.7 million metric tons of gold missing in the Queen's side of the ledger owing, and in the Philippines. Both gold and all that wealth belongs to us, the beneficiaries of that trust, Queen Victoria Trust. Okay, so that's in the brown note, and all the land missing, 66 million acres in the world plus, and all the resources that have been screwed out, and all the damage, all the Fukushima, all that damage in the sea, all the chemtrails, all the vaccines, all of that, and all that is under the green pound note. You get built all over, and the Maori land court, the John Key, Panama Papers, all of that is in there. Use federal state, all the fraud in there, IMF fraud, UN fraud, NATO fraud, and the British Westminster Parliament fraud. All that will be demolished, and the House of Lords demolished when I get there with our team. Okay, just to let you know, I'll try Kingy again, and then I'll ring somebody else. I've just been tired, now my friend's gone back home, Dion with his wife. Those two, Dion Walker or Paiko, is our roving camera for TV and networks, production of videos and on the street filming. Will be following us around the world. Jamie and I, as ambassadors for New Zealand, and through 250 countries in the world. So I'll try Kenny again, our chief. And then I'll ring Manahi. Tired all night, last 2 days.
Yeah, John.
G'day, is that you, King?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going up to Te Hapu on Monday.
Yeah.
They got a meeting up there. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I heard about it, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to see what's happening with this Vatican thing and the King of Hawaii or something.
What? What's that?
That's what Bundy called me to come up to Kaitaia first, and we're going to have a meeting there, and they're all going up to Te Hapua, and it's something to do with the Vatican. He's going to the Vatican, and
Vatican?
yeah, it's all about money, something, King. They're not waiting around after we open that native court. They're going straight into it. The fishtail is gonna flick and it's gonna take off. That's why I want to let you know. But I'm going up anyway. I'll find out what that's all about. And
Okay.
well, what are you doing? You home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
My mate just finished doing the film of all that thing we had up there at Waitangi. It looks good. It's on the YouTube now. But it looks good with your name in it. Nobody's going to stop that. Yeah, they've accepted the fact now that they can't change what's set there for you, and they've gone along with it. They've actually gone along.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a go now. They're going to follow the native court in the paddock there, and those documents are going through. Mana he stamped them.
Okay.
Putoro stepped and signed it, and the other fellow signed it. That's the end of that. Okay.
Okay.
And we should. I think that fellow Jim took off, and he's going to get his land back in the Potiki. I'll be surprised because he took off with it, and he's going to do it straight away. And same with Bundy. He's gone and took off with those documents, and going to try and make them work. If Jim or the other gets the land back, then I get Cook Street, and we're away. Okay, they know what to do. But that's all I want to ring you. That's all I want to ring you, King. I'll tell you about it when I come back. Eh?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
There we go, Kingy. I just told him the good news. You see, I keep in touch with him because he's loyal to me, and we've been together over 20 years on this subject. I've been through all the bangs and knocks, and I'm still getting banged and knocked around with Ngāpuhi. But hey, I'm there for them. I'm going to do this job till it's finished, and then I'll have a rest. But I'm feeling tired and restless putting all the documents together. We've got a team up in Kaitaia. I'm confident with them. Dorothy, she's pretty good, and the Kingy likes her. Dorothy, Kingy likes you. Well, that's all I want to know. And you keep those records straight that I've given you, and you're going to have a go at it and see how you get on, because I'm staying with Jackie in Britain and Scotland, and I'll be watching you have a crack at it. And Mike and Tehika Mane, to you, the three of you, you're doing an excellent job. Although I'm keeping an eye on how you do. I just don't want to go off the track of what I set up on those websites. So I'll give you one website. I'll keep the main one, and you can change it around however you wish. But I want to keep to the format. And same with Jackie's going to be running the same, the third site on Wix, to put the British spin on it, and I'll put my own on. So we're going to be, you're going to do the shares and the administration for New Zealand. Okay, Jackie's going to do the administration for England, Wales, England, Scotland, and she lives in Scotland, but she'll do the England, Scotland, and the world, 250 countries. She'll be overlooking all of that, including New Zealand. Okay, that's how it's going to work. We have a bright team at the moment, but we need more, and we'll take them on as progress goes by. Just a note to you, Standing Rock people in Dakota, your case is first after I get the first land block through. I'll be setting you up online on Skype, and I've got two people from there that are watching carefully, so keep an eye on the progress of the native court here. That applies to America, your country, and all the other countries in the world that have been affected by the same Crown Corporation's title. That includes the Vatican, and the Church and State, and the IMF, US federal state they want to shut down, and also the United Nations and NATO that have been corrupting the whole King's Bench court system. So the King's Bench is out now with the native, his partner, legal partner and legitimate partner, and our King that we're putting straight into the vacant spot of Westminster, King Ernest Augustus V, and his son, Prince Regent Ernest Augustus. So he's following up, he's 32. Ernest Augustus is 62. So we're hoping to put him in Plymouth County in the court there with this native court, Tii Marae native court. It's going straight there with the flag and put it up. And in this memorial in Devon Port, we'll be setting up a memorial, the office, and the flag goes up there in the court, and we petition Ernest Augustus from there straight into Westminster, and I'll be going to Westminster, put the flag up there as well with Matt Taylor and Jackie Littler-Gordon and others, Gordon Bowden and John Patterson. I just picked those two because I know what they've been doing to pull the levy debtors together, to build them, and every other sovereign person that's been fighting the system can come aboard and be members of this lot. Okay, so the indigenous countries in the world, you're all going to get this flag here to pull you out of the levy debtor fraudsters, criminals in the Bank of England, Rothschilds, and shut it down. Okay, you'll shut it down, not me, and the people in Britain. So we're going to curb that is what is happening in the world, of abuse of Admiralty title of this flag. We are the second partner to the first party. Navy, British Navy, is subject to what we say as the partner to audit the books of Queen Victoria Trust and also HM Treasury and New Zealand Treasury and all the other treasuries in the Commonwealth will be audited straight away through these companies that are set up in London, and the invoice company Amex in London, and also the registered company in New Zealand, the parent company here. So beware, all the people in the world. We're on our way now, legally and legitimate title to the King, King, now in force. That goes above any other law lower than a king. Okay, so anybody got any questions, let us know, and we'll answer them as best we can. We'll get our website going soon. We've got three of us working on 3 different sites on Wakes, Moai Crown, King William IV Trust. We'll put those together and be with you as soon as possible. The share system's up and running. Okay, so I'm going to call somebody else. Who was it? Not Kim. No, Willie Peter. Okay, Willie. Dorothy. And so I'm looking for Bundy. Bundy, yes, Bundy. Try Bundy.
My name is Bundy Waitangi. Kia ora. Just leave a message after the tone, then hang up or press the hash key.
Hello Bundy, it's John Wanoa here. It's Saturday today. I'm just making plans to come up to Kaitaia, and I needed your address or where we're going to meet. When I get there, I'm going on Monday, so I'm going to my friend Dion Walker, that was with us, the big guy that's filming, and his wife will be coming with me, and one of our administrators from West Auckland. So if nowhere to stay, we're going to go into the car park, camping ground, and stay there for 3 days. So I'll be there till Thursday when we go up together, I guess, to Te Hapu. So I want to spend some time with you and the administrations, with Mike. He's in Opinoni to come down, and we can meet at somewhere, or go to the library in Kaitaia or closer to you, but I don't know where you are. Let me know because I can get closer. I'm only going to Kaitaia because that's where Dorothy lives. She's our administrator, one of them. You got Mike Diamond, he's in Opinoni, and also Te Hika Mane in West Auckland. I'm picking him up on the way up. Okay, so we can sit down and go over things. At the moment, yes, you're right, you're the judge, the grand jury, but Mana, he's the presiding judge to convert the Lens titles, or the Crown Corporation Queen's Bench Court government's Lens titles and the Maryland Court titles back into the King's Bench Court deed titles, written titles. So Manahi has to do that. That's the judge I'm talking about. He'll make a ruling on your decision and all the rest of the grand jury judges around the country, starting with yours. Okay? So.
Thanks. Your message is recorded. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message.
And one more. That was just have to ring. I better not tell Bruce because it will change. I don't want to change anything with Ngāti Kuri. Just leave them alone to do what they're going to do. Willie Peter, and I'll just ring Willie Peter. Willie, I'm just making plans for going up to Te Hapua, but I'll be in Kaitaia on Monday. I'm making plans to go up to Kaitaia first before we go to Te Hapua, and I'm just going to find a place to stay in Kaitaia for 3 days, for 4 days, to meet with Bundy there, and also with my administrators will be there as well. So I'll probably stay in a motor camp in my tent with the other ones that are coming up with me. That's my mate with the camera, the big fella, and his wife, and the other Maori guy that was doing all the paperwork. So we're going to just stay there. And you're going up, to Te Hapua?
No, what's up there?
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, Bundy's got something going on there. I don't know. I'm just going up there anyway.
I spoke to Bundy this morning.
Yeah, you didn't say? Oh, he didn't say anything. Oh dear, I thought you no.
Huh?
Well, he wants me up there anyway, but I'm going up. I thought you was.
Okay. But I think for geographical, for knowledge, where things might have started. I don't know what he wants.
Oh, okay. I just thought I might have had a chance to meet you while we're up there. But you got stuff from. You'll get stuff from Dorothy anyway.
Yeah.
No, she's taking care of all the administration.
Yeah, I haven't been the number in my phone yet.
Oh, okay.
Messages and referring and printing it.
Yeah, no, they'll be finished the documents when I get there, and so we can go from there. And because the other ones are waiting for a copy as well. So I'm going to just finish it all. I'm going to do a mock native court hearing up there in Te Hapua. What's that? Oh yeah. How'd they go?
Good. Challenging, but we come out in peace.
Okay. I'm just going to put your wharetonga, the thing aside till I come back. I'm just going to do a mock-up native court hearing up in Te Hapua, and following on what we did in down at Tii Marae. So we're just going a stage further now to get the land back. Okay? I think Jim Guikoto, when it took off, he's going to get his land back with those documents I put together. But we'll see how it progresses. I'll keep in touch with. You just keep in touch with Dorothy. We're basing our things there on Bundy's Marae. Okay? Kia ora. Okay. Bye. Have a nice weekend. Bye. You see, I get confidence in those Ngāpuhi people because this is one of those guys that's good to me. Willie, Peter, I really like that guy. I like them all, but he's a bit special for me. Who else? I'll just have to try and ring one more. I think his name is not in this lot. I've got to go and find it after because I don't see it here. I've written it down somewhere. So So with that, I can sign off with this video. But I'm very happy with progress so far, and see who's going to jump first. We're going up to Te Rere and Wairua, up north at Te Hapua, past there, no, 10 minutes past there, to the end of the North Island, where the spirits of this country left to go back to Hawaii, Hawaii Nui, Hawaii Roa, Hawaii Pāmāmau, in the islands. When they die, they leave off the end there. So I'm going there to see what the meeting is about, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll make a mock native court hearing while I'm up there. If anybody's got a court case to do on land they want back, and they got the certificates of title for the land, then bring them along and I'll just pull one out of the hat. But I haven't got one there yet that I can do straight away. So you're going to have to practice this straight off the cuff. Okay? So just one more time, we passed the laws of the native court in Tii Marae, and this flag here, the Whakameninga 1834. So as far as I'm concerned, to those people in the United Tribes and the Confederation of Chiefs and the Tikanga Law Society, the 1835 Declaration of Independence flag has no mana. It has no authority or jurisdiction of any sort because the government in Wellington legislated it out. They took the mana out of the flag on that part, and the 28th of October 1835, they removed the title and put the authority of that flag here into the 1840 Treaty of Waitangi settlement claims. So as far as we're concerned, the Treaty of Waitangi memorial and its land title to New Zealand is fraud because it has no end date on its contract, and the Queen is gone. She's gone to EU Parliament and is a conflict of interest against the Moai Crown and the King William IV Trust. And there's no King or Queen in Westminster. It's vacant, it's empty of any. That's why I'm talking for that empty spot in there. And dare anyone come and try to get that going again in her family, because we have the overriding Admiralty flag to shut down all the vice admirals in the world with this flag and its authority as a contract to the Kings, William III and King William IV. And the 8-point star of St. Patrick is our title, and the ship in the paddock on the treaty grounds in Waitangi is our contract. So as far as I'm concerned, the New Zealand Navy gets the green pound on its head. We took the 21 gun salute as being 21 gun salutes for our documents to authenticate them against those 21 gun salutes for threats against our common people's investment interests of our lands and our future developments. The Navy has been responsible with the police to defraud us, and the government and the Governor-General of New Zealand to defraud us and the public of New Zealand of our inheritance, our memorials and our land and its resources for elite private contract interests. The Queen is a private contractor with her own interests and not the interests of us. The Hapu chiefs, the Whakameninga 1834 contract with King William IV and King William III, and St. Patrick's Order 8-point star, authority church, jurisdictions of authority. That's our authority that's been threatened here. Why we put a state of emergency with this declaration of war flag. The war flag part of it is the threat on our national security and our investment bank interests, with fraud going on in this country while John Key left prematurely, resigned because he's caught up in the Panama Papers tax scam fraud that we are billing him the Queen Victoria Trust is caught up in the levy debtor instrument as well, the 950 million trillion pound note. Okay, the 1.7 million metric tons of gold inside the Philippines country, and in Hawaii, and also in the Netherlands, and in Sweden, and Britain, UK. That gold belongs to our trust. We are the beneficiaries, still registered with our birth certificates, bonds, and we are debtoring them against those bonds, against our birth certificates and stolen property. In my case, court case in Cook Street, Auckland, my bond was cashed in when I won the case, and the CIB police lost. Okay, they lost and had no evidence, insufficient evidence against me and this head and my authority as surrogate king. They locked me up, took my shirt off the king's surrogate partner, and they Tii Marae, Taumatua, chiefs threw me out of their marae, threw the king out. Okay, they get the pound note on their head too. £1 trillion on each of those taumatas head, those heis and then apiata. Hama, apiata, on this video, I'm putting this pound note right on your head, throwing me out with my king's authority on me. You're not even an original native surname. You're not even a original native surname above mine, or Paraparas, or Manukau, or Taurua chief. Okay, you shouldn't be on that taumata. You should be all thrown off, all of you. You're too young, inexperienced at commerce, and don't know what I know from the old taumata I know. You're out of order to chuck me out of there without any evidence of your title. You've got no title. I'm holding on to your titles over there on that land. You'll get booted off by the sheriffs. Okay? You show me your law. Hama, Apiata. You're on the wrong land. I've not got the title on the TV3 blocks. And you don't come from there. It's the Ututonga land blocks with one house on the whole of the Bay of Islands. I've got the titles here. And you get booted off. The sheriff will boot you right out, and you, hey, chicken. That's your surnames. Okay? You shouldn't be there. Your surname doesn't match the British titles. I know which title is which. You're on the Crown side. The Crown corporations, the government in this country, the Governor General, the Prime Minister, all the Crown agents, the police, the Navy, the Church and State, all of you people get £1 trillion on your head. Don't laugh, because you're going to get £1 trillion on your head each. I warned you, you didn't, you ignored me. Now we've got a naval court running with the old chiefs. They have the last say as a grand jury on the floor in that paddock where the little tent is for the little people. The king's common people have the power now to go right through the world. It's just a warning to you people. You think you know everything. You trustees are not the real original landowners. King Itotoa wanted me to get rid of the trustees off his land. He'll get his wish. I just got off the phone to him. I'm going north to see what Bundy's got surprised for me. He's got a surprise. I'm listening to him because I want them to show me how they're going to implement this native court writ warrant to seize land or seize anything. He's got the same powers as the king. We are his partners. We are the Navy's partner in Britain. Sir Philip Jones. He's got to comply with our wishes because we're still in a contract with this flag. And no one else in the world has a king's flag like this. The British are still holding this flag in the 1834, while the 1835 documents of New South Wales and the 1835 Declaration of Independence, 28th of October 1835, is null and void. The government here took it out. That's all I want to say. It's ineffective. You can't use the 1834 to climb into the 1835. That doesn't work. Two different contracts here. See? Two different contracts. The 1834 is the captain on any Admiralty ship gets off his ship and says the land belongs to the king. They've got the title. It was already in their ship when they got it. For their immigrants to walk straight on the land and say it belongs to them. We have the king's titles in our control. With the British military, the black lines around the red cross. In the corner, the smaller red cross is the British military to keep Satan out. And the bad pirates we're catching out. Okay, to Donald Trump in America, this is a warning to you that we are watching you. Do not touch that gold in the Philippines. And to you, President Duterte, that gold belongs to us. That is our gold. That's not your gold. You're only looking after it. You get paid for looking after it, but it returns to us. We can negotiate with you there and have it held there. Whereas the Queen's Bench Court has disappeared off Westminster and is out of Britain in the EU Parliament in Brussels. That Brussels belongs to King William III and King William IV, which is our partner, and this flag as a receipt that we have a contract flying here. And no one's coming as a third party to tamper with that. The police in Auckland tampered with my contract with Cook Street, 161 Cook Street or 77 Cook Street or 98 Wellesley Street. I'm going to seize that back with this flag and the chiefs. Okay, there's nothing you can do. If you step in the road this time, please, you're in big trouble with the Navy in Britain. The Navy here in New Zealand are fraudulent. The police and the lawyers and the judges are fraudulent to have gone against me and cashed in my bond and my image name for the money they got after they lost the case and fraudulent arrest warrant documents, unlawful arrest, and still cash the bond against me that I signed. My name, I want to know who's John Wano in capitals, and forged the documents in witnesses for the Crown Corporation Police. You're in trouble, all of you are in trouble, 46 of you that tampered with my contract there. I'm going to seize it on default of no answer or response to my affidavits. Now the video takes precedent on any case in the world from that case precedent in Cook Street that my barrister said to the judge, John wants to ask you a question. And the judge, Grant, says, no need to worry, it's all on YouTube. Guess what? I'm using YouTube effectively to charge, bill, levy debtor, any person in the world. Unless they put a video on to counterclaim it, it becomes the law. You lose the lot in place. Okay, we got ANEX invoice company ready to send that to the military, the British military, to recover all that money from all of you, and you'll be bankrupted. The Bank of England will be bankrupted. Bailey's Real Estate in New Zealand will be bankrupted from Cook Street. Barfoot and Thomas will be bankrupted from the same deal in other land deals are put in against them. Okay? White's Real Estate Company in Whakameninga Flag, you'll be bankrupted as well for taking that Lotton Point motel and selling it, because that's my urupa, my burial grounds underneath that motel. You're going to lose a lot right through Potegiroa, Kiwaipu boundary area as a result. You're going to lose all that land, and soon the Corona Maori government is going to wipe the whole of you out. But before that, you're built. Okay? If she shuts you down, it's because she has the authority to shut you down. But she has the 1835 flag flying in New South Wales, and that's the problem. But we're here to overarch that and take control of that flag side of contract in New South Wales and New Zealand governments. New Zealand company is now debtor levy bankrupted from the Manukau Land Company in Glasgow, Scotland. The overriding why I'm going to Scotland to do all that title investigation search. So once again, Cook Street, prepare to be evicted if we say so. I'm saying to the tenants there to remain there in the property, the landowners be locked up for fraud and corruption of the Crimes Act, John Key to be locked up and seize all his property because of his Panama Papers and fraud and bank mortgage fraud for the same deal and the same New Zealand companies, Intuition New Zealand Limited, defrauded the public of New Zealand on our behalf. The BNZ is bankrupted in England and New Zealand for picking the money up under this flag jurisdiction. They're caught to be found to be using this flag for their jurisdiction of Admiralty, and the Pope and Vatican using this flag against our authority to use it. You're going to get this bankruptcy right over here as well, and all the wealth in the Vatican will be taken over. I'm just saying that because the military has got to do it. We'll pay the Navy in Britain $10 billion in advance to recover all the debt in the world, and we'll pay equally as much in all the other countries to recover the debt in their country, and so on. From the levy debtors, the money we recover from all the fraud under the Piracy Acts of this flag. This is a declaration of war flag. We're putting a cordon right around you and not shoot you. We'll hang you, but if you don't pay up. But it's a threat against our national security of our business between here and Britain, UK. Defrauding the King of England, King Ernest Augustus, we're putting in. We're petitioning him to the throne, and we are nominating him in as the King of England, Britain, UK, Hanover, Authorized, New Zealand, and Pacific Islands, and the Commonwealth countries as well. 250 countries, okay? We're petitioning him in as the King of England oath of office to us, the Moai Crown, King William Trust. Okay, so that's about all I want to say for now, apart from the Fukushima, all that stuff that's reactors blowing up. You'll get the bill, Japan, for all the dead fish in the sea. You're actually killing the whole environment and this country of Japan and all those outlying countries that are affected by your nuclear power stations that have been bombed up by America. And you're all about bombs. You're going to get the whole bill on your head, the 970 million trillion pound note. Okay, all of you people spraying the sky, you Bill Gates, and you or the McDonald's and FEMA, all those FEMA and Bilderberg, the Zionists, the Lucifers, the pirates of the Vatican, and Rothschilds, all of you lot, you're going to get this bill right on your head. You know, contractors out going to pick you up, and with this flag is going to go around the world to recover all the debt. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. I'm going to go and do some work, get myself prepared to go north, 6 hours away from here. Okay, bye for now. John